Hi everyone. Okay. Um, Today is Monday, the 25th of January 2021. I believe it was last Friday, I was outside meditating and this message came through about this year. And 2021 is a 5 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. And 5 represents the number of freedom and change in a very, fundamental, basic description. And this message came through, and I was writing it all down, so I'm actually going to read it to you, and then we're going to pull some cards. I was directed to pull some cards on it, too. And so the message began, number 5. All of this Aquarius energy is amplifying the number 5 energy to the max. Jupiter is in Aquarius for almost the entire year until December 30th, 2021. It does retrograde into Pisces on May 13th to July 29th, 2021. What this says to me, as Jupiter being the expander, it's the expanding planet of everything, is that 2021 is the year that we are diving deep into what freedom represents to each individual as a part of the collective. Freedom and change are major themes for 2021. Also, Aquarius embodies the sacred rebel. It takes a view of a new, innovative future for humanity and expresses it. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again. Aquarius, with all the Aquarius energy that is going on with Saturn in Aquarius, and I'm like Jupiter in Aquarius right now on the 25th of January. We have the Sun in Aquarius, and we have Mercury in Aquarius also. Maybe something else, but at least 4 major planets are in Aquarius right now. And so this, especially this moment in time I'm feeling, and with the full moon coming up on January 28th, 2021, this coming Thursday, I'm really feeling this illumination of consciousness through, because it's in Leo, full moon in Leo, it's through the energy of love, through the heart center. Okay, so what were we saying here? Okay, so Aquarius embodies the sacred rebel energy. It takes a view of a new, innovative future for humanity and expresses it. So all the thoughts, all the ideas, I feel, are going to be embodied in action coming throughout this year. Okay? With the number 5 also representing freedom and change, it gives us the opportunity to deeply explore these soul themes. Okay, me personally, yes, freedom's a huge theme for me. I feel freedom's a huge theme for humanity because what I have seen in readings over the last 2 years is a lot of past life energy of enslavement or indentured servitude in many different ways, whether it was in the United States, whether it was in ancient Egypt, or whether it was up in Scandinavia with the Vikings, or whether it was in Africa or South America, whatever continent. And the enslavement also is not, the theme of enslavement is not limited to what we literally think of it as. It's top-down control. I mean, that is the densest, darkest level of it through that definition. However, we are talking about anywhere where controls and restrictions are placed upon one that limits their potential of choosing their own life, of choosing how they want to live. So, I don't care how many past lives you've had or how many lifetimes you've lived, somewhere along the line, this is going to pop up. Me personally, it has popped up for me in soul themes around being a woman who is been subject to a marriage that takes away all of her freedoms. It takes away her money and gives it to the husband, takes away her rights to her children and gives that to the husband. That's how I personally am embodying that theme. So, just as an example. So this theme can show up in different varieties of ways. Okay, so that's one way. So I feel, and I already saw this pattern start 2 years ago where people were really ready to let go. And this is the Aquarian thing, right? That victim, getting out of the victim. And that's not to belittle in any way, shape, or form anyone's ancestors who have been in a mode of being enslaved in any way, shape, or form. But this is where we are like, oh, we get to look at things at a bigger perspective. So, the number 5, we also go on to say that the number 5 is the number in the middle of the basic numbers of numerology, or numbers of astrology in numerology from 1 to 9. Interesting, I believe there are 9 planets if you include Pluto, but which most astrologers do. So in your basic numerology, it's used 1 to 9, and 5 is the one in the middle. And so we're in this middle of a cycle, if you ask me, but it's actually, if you ask the guides, this is what was coming through. So the top part of the 5 is actually on the top of that circle is able to pivot and look behind it to see what has come before, and then to pivot forward and see what the future holds. I feel this year holds great opportunity for us to look at the prior 4 years from 2017 to 2020 to meditate on what we learned in our soul growth process, as well as using this year, 2021, to be the foundation in a 9-year cycle to see where we are at the crossroads, halfway through the journey. Because of its flexible, pivoting nature, we have the ability to change course this year. This year, especially now at the end of January, we have the opportunity to reflect on where we have been the last 4 years and where our heart desires to journey from 2022 to 2025. 2021 is a year of potential course correction for us as we embody the higher frequencies and step more into our 5th dimensional reality. Think of this year as setting the foundation for the 4 years that are following it. And I believe that we have, like Pluto, I believe, is going into Aquarius like in 2024. So during this period, I know there's a lot of big planetary changes. So just keep that in mind, that everything will be shifting. So the questions that came through around this is, what changes do you desire to experience in your life? What are the freedoms you desire to embody? Maybe financial freedom, freedom in love, freedom of creativity, freedom to travel and explore, freedom to grow as a soul, freedom to make your own decisions about your body and your life, freedom of expression. With so much Aquarius influence this year, we have the opportunity to go on the adventure to explore what touches us at the foundation of our core soul essence individually. Adventure awaits us in the grand exploration of ourselves as 6th-dimensional beings. And then it's interesting because Spirit actually gave me, like, I kept on hearing different songs during the day that have to do with this freedom. And the one that really came up big time was This is the Day by Jaya, Lakshmi, and Ananda. So check that out. I mean, it's so beautiful. This is the Day. I'll see if I can like add it below. By Jaya, Lakshmi, and Ananda. The other one is the mantra Ahkan Jor, because Ahkan Jor allows us to be in that place of just like surrendering, surrendering and going with the flow of change. And surrender is a vital aspect for us to be able to like float along, flow along, and be like, okay, here's this is the sacred revolution of my life. Oh, never expect, and or Uranus and Aquarius are like, oh, surprises. Never expected that. Never saw that opportunity coming. So, keep that in mind. The other thing that I wanted to, they wanted to expand upon here is, the adventure part of it. So, to me, Aquarius also embodies the exploration and the adventure too. And I know people tend to be like, oh, that's more Sagittarius energy. But for me, I'm getting, it's that there's a lot of that energy to be able to break free from any restrictions or confinements that no longer serve us is part of like, okay, be willing to explore a new territory, to go on an adventure and pioneer ourselves, right? So the I'm definitely going to be using the Sacred Rebel deck to expand on this. Oops, sorry. The Sacred Rebel deck by Alana Fairchild to expand upon. Oh, and this is, I believe it's Autumn Sky Morrison artwork for this deck. And then I'm going to go to the Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell and illustrated by Daniel Noel. I love that deck. I've been really, since we went into this 5 energy, this so much Aquarius energy, I've been using this Sacred Rebel deck daily. The other thing, too, is that this is a deck of creativity. And it's focusing on creativity, and I love that. And I just feel in this 5 energy that we are in this creative process, working with the soul, and to really develop in complete tandem and unity with the soul any transformations that we are undertaking now. So we're focusing on the overall message for 2021. The overall message for 2021. I'm going to go with 1 card. So funny, I keep on getting 2 cards, right? Oh, there we go. There's our 1. Oh, boy. How beautiful is this? Okay, focusing on the light. Focusing on the light. Okay, our overall message for 2021 is to focus on the light. And so there is, change can really bring up that, seeing the glass half empty. Bring up fear around, oh boy, where am I headed? What's happening? How come I lost this, or this fell away, or this relationship fell away? Or how come I walked away from this and now I'm here? And so Spirit is really reminding us, especially I'm getting like the Divine Mother energy. The Divine Mothers are reminding us that keeping a positive attitude about change is sometimes the easiest way to integrate it and incorporate it in our lives. I also just really love how this sunflower is just gorgeous. There's something about the energy of the sun, the energy of the sunflower, just keeping our eye on the prize that's coming through. Okay, I'm going to pull a clarifying card. What do we need to know? What do we need to do regarding all of this? Interesting. It's like, oh, they're telling me to be the sacred. I love it. They're telling me to be the sacred rebel in 2021 is to keep positive, to just know that you are light embodied, and to say yes. Just say yes. I am feeling that this energy of focusing on the light, that there are plenty of dark times ahead, and we can all go down so many rabbit holes. And I found myself doing this plenty over the last year almost now, right? And I've had to make big life changes. I've moved across the country, and there's a lot, and I had to change up a lot of professionally how I was approaching things and what I was actually doing too, right? And so I'm feeling that this is such a beautiful reminder of the direction that we are going. And I love that she's looking up at the sun also. I'm going to grab here. Oh, yeah, open right up to it. How about that? Of course. So, I love this. It says, a tremendous force of light is gathering around you. It is attracted to the purity of your intention to create from your heart. Oh, okay, I'm clearing something. As your intention grows, so does the light. As the light grows, so does your intention. Magic wants to happen for you now. I love that. The synchronicity, perfect timing, opportunities, and information that are needed will seem to be drawn right to your door. You may start to feel as if you cannot walk outside without stumbling into something helpful, wonderful, and inspiring. Well, I mean, whoa, this is beautiful. This is so, so beautiful. So, whatever it is, just say yes. Just say yes. It's divinely inspired. It's coming down from the heavens for us to be able to really move into this freedom and this change that is awaiting us this year. So, going on the adventure, because the adventure and the exploration awaits. And know that, it's interesting because I feel in the sacred rebel, the sacred revolution energy that that there is, that there's such a I'm kind of lost my thought there. That there is it is a container for creativity. It's a container that can bring us forward into a new space. Okay, so it doesn't have to be scary. It can actually be held and sacred and soft and graceful and easy and effortless, peaceful and joyful. Okay, well, thank you everyone for being here, and much love to you and so many blessings to you for 2021. Bye now.